Alrighty then. See if the frames are a little bit better. There's no recording going on. I've tweaked the graphics. It should still look nice, but with a bit of luck, this might be playable enough to stream. I've turned off webcam, I've turned off the chat on the window. I've done everything I can to kind of try and make this work. So I don't know for sure that this is going to be very nice. If it does and it stops abruptly, I do apologise. But yeah. In game, everything seems to be smooth, even on the ground, which is where I was having a little bit of issue yesterday. It might be different when I get in the air again, who knows. I forgot to take off my boots, so rudders might be a bit of fun, a bit heavy-footed. Hopefully everything's coming through smoothly. I'll have to watch it back later. I have no way of testing while in VR to see what it looks like, apart from just doing a stream like this. So again, apologies if it doesn't look the best. I have no idea where the runway is. Looks like it's over there, but I'd have to avoid those bollards. Is that bollards? Wow. I'm happy to be in the Tempest. I was going to take a P-51, but they're so limited in these games that I didn't really want to steal one from a more experienced pilot. As there are a few Tempests, and I do know how to somewhat fly them. I thought this might be my better option. Can't remember what the continuous options are. I'm sure that it gives me a little bit of a warning. The game is a little bit friendly in that regard. It'd be nice to get in the SRS at some point on this, if I get a bit more efficient, and if I stick to the game. What is this? This looks like it's the runway. I'm gonna go for it. One setting I turned down is how clear the dials are, which I'm missing a little bit, but I've put that in the way of my compass. That wasn't wise. I want to turn left. I can stick that to the side if I just go on autopilot for a minute. Nice thing about IL-2. Also, just not cover up the fuel gauge. I think that works quite nicely there. So we take off from, I'm not going to try and say that, well, Gilsey, I'm going to call it Gilsey. Want to head north, that looks like where the action's going to be. I think turning off the high dynamic range might have been a mistake. Although it does run smooth. I thought that was more to do with that, or did I, is it the MS? I'm not going to see, no, I can't see it from here. It might be the anti-aliasing that I changed that screwed it up, but regardless, I'll make do for now. We'll see how this works. Might be the anti-aliasing making this all look a bit poor. But we're running, and we'll roll with it. Might get bounced, I might not see anything, but I'm, to be honest, quite happy just to be in this game again. The only thing that I'm not looking forward to is the floppy 109s. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Till then, I'm going to have a little enjoyable flight. Hopefully everything's looking good. It looks alright from what I can see looking out the window there. Out the window, looking underneath. I'm looking underneath my headset on the other screen. Suppose I could get it up on my phone, but then I can't really tell then how good it is. So a couple rivers. See if I can just. Okay, looks like I'm in the middle of where the Allied flotilla is. If I had to guess. Any big landmarks? A big D-shaped bit of river. Okay, maybe a little. I'm a little bit further over than I thought. Still can't see that D-shaped bit of river. There, that's where I'm looking. So I'm more in the middle than I thought I was. So if I took a little left-hand turn, I have to keep an eye out for the readouts. I kept missing those yesterday. Screw it, was like, it says right there, and it's appearing like up here. Mm, 10 minutes into the round ends. Never mind. Gives me a practice flight. Nice machine, this. I think this is definitely a game that would benefit from a new computer and a new headset, but I'll say we're making do. Still looks nice. Still feels nice. You definitely feel more like you're in a environment than you do on War Thunder. I think War Thunder's a bit more user friendly for me with my lower quality headset, especially when it comes to streaming it. I've become quite accustomed to it now as well. Hear me breathing the oxygen. Nice touch. Although we're only at 8,000 feet. Pretty sure that on the Memphis Belle, they're like, you're at 10,000 feet, you can come off oxygen, but never mind. Few people still on the other team. None I'm recognising from back in the day. There were a few Hawks, so I'm not going to assume that's one that I know. Saw JG4 still have a presence in here. Heading north again, let's take a turn this way. The enemies have the sun in their eyes today. I'm heading east down the river. Oh no, that is the sort of the Southern Isles then, isn't it? See if I can find those defences, so we've got a little bit of a... I'm probably further down than that, in fact I've probably lost my bearings a little bit, talking and enjoying. There's a... squiggly bit of river there. With a D off the back of it. Yeah, I think I'm about around where my mouse is, somewhere here. Let's head. My navigation's not on point, I keep getting the compass wrong for some reason. Triangular bit of river, let's be sure that I'm where I am. I can't see that. Little town on the river. It splits into two afterwards. That could well be I think that's going to be Nijmegen. I'm heading almost north. Oh no, hang on. Can't be, it's on the wrong side of the river. Navigation probably needs some work. Been a while. Okay. It's got two rivers flowing through it, so with a bit of luck, I'm further than I thought I was. I'd say I'm there. Near the Allied flotilla. We got 10 minutes and I don't see much up high. Let's have a little look down low. What's going to be down here? Oh, let's go for the German supply boats a little bit further north. Big lake, should be a big lake up beyond. Okay, that's near the munitions factory. German supply barges. I wonder if I can strafe those. It might not be in the exact spot, it might be those kind of things that move. Germans win the map. No, there's the barges though. I found the barges. That's something. Oh, just found an enemy fighter as well. Or one could assume it is. In the direction it's coming from. 190. Oh, wait. Oh. And just like that, he was gone. Rolling straight onto my 6 because he's going to be better than me. There he is. I don't think the game's going to be on for long enough for us to conclude this dogfight. Ah, well, at least we found somebody in the short amount of time I was airborne. On to the next map. For 12 minutes in a map that said there's only 10. Oh, I suppose I was with takeoff as well, and then I took off and it said 10 minutes left. I think I might have accidentally unfull screened. Alt tab. There we go. It might take a minute for that to fill up again. I can't. I think sometimes it just kicks you out of the server and then it resets. Doesn't always take you straight in. There we go. Lost connection. In a couple of minutes, I'll be back up again. I'm going to rejoin and see if I can make something of it. It was a combat box, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, at least I found somebody. Navigation's not on point, but to be expected with my absence from the game. I think it's coming through nicely enough. The frames might be a little bit low. If anybody is watching, you might be able to tell me. If not, I can watch it back later and figure it out for myself. But yeah, in the headset, it all seems relatively smooth. There's ever so slight jitters, but I think that just comes with the VR territory. What you gonna do until I get an absolute beast and catch up with the technology? Need more technology. Combat box, red flight. I think that might be it. Just make sure it's the one filling up. I see like 3 in there in a second. Oh, maybe it was Wings of Liberty. I think it's going to be combat box. Hey, Alan. All good with the frames. Fantastic. Thanks for letting me know. That's brilliant. Yeah, quite a bit more of a challenging game than War Thunder to keep up on the frames. Challenging all around, I would say. As I said to Squirrel yesterday, I had to cut because I had the settings a bit high. I cut the stream short after it was being a bit laggy. But I said to him, "Oh, this is a bit of a challenge. I don't feel in my comfort zone like I do on War Thunder." Right, what we got? At some point, it'd be nice to do some bombing, but not in this mission. So we got. Let's assume they're going to take off from there. They would probably go and attack that. So if I take off from here in something I can fly. There's only 4, but I'm going to steal one. No plane setting. Oh, I can't see any plane settings. Maybe it's... Ah, there we go. We don't need that much fuel. Let's take that much. go with my blue nose. Gotta have the blue nose. I like. There's one thing that really gripes me. Apart from it being a little bit hard to spot in VR, and I like playing in VR at the moment. The thing that does bug me is the 109s. You seem to get on their tail, and they pull the stick, whack the rudder, and they spin out in an unfollowable kind of like dive, and then you've lost them. That seems to be the story of my life when it comes to playing this. Apart from that, everything looks and feels pretty good. Even the I never used to fly the Mustang very much. I used to stick with the Spitfires, but I'm very much enjoying it. The sun glare as well is something else. I don't know if it comes through on the stream, but the sun glare is something else. Like especially when you catch it in one eye, it feels very real. Not it doesn't like blind you, such, but it does. I don't know. It almost does blind you. It might just be an illusion because it makes the rest of the screen darker or something like that. But it's very clever, very well done. But quite surprisingly, I feel like I've taken back to it quite well. Not getting tons of kills, but I mean, me and Squirrel got a couple between us yesterday, and we actually pulled off some good teamwork, and we navigated quite nicely. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you play in VR? Don't you? Sorry, I lose track of who plays in VR and whatnot. But yeah, the sun glare it's impressive. It's really impressive. Trying not to give this too much beans. There we go. Gently does it. Gently does it. Well, I'm guessing this is usually it's takeoff from between the two fires, if I remember rightly. So I'm assuming I'll just give it beans once I get to here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be rusty. Like, there's a few times I got into a fight and I thought, oh, let's go for it then, and I flopped out straight away. So I've got to be a little bit more gentle on the controls. It's learning to walk again. I keep doing the. Right, is that up? Gear down, gear up. Okay. Time to put that down to about 47. Not about 27.50. I want to head north. Yeah, that's looking a bit fuzzy for me. I don't know how it comes through on the stream. It's almost like the oh, I know what this is. I know what it is. Bloody. It's got to be the dynamic resolution or something, but at least it's working. I bet that's dynamic resolution. Which I thought I turned off. Well, I might have turned it up. I turned it to 0.5. I don't know if that makes it better or if that makes it worse. I thought it was turning it down, to be honest. In fact, if it keeps the game running smoothly, it might be not a bad idea, like taking off with it. You might turn it down, and then when you're in the air, it might make it better. The gauge has definitely got better, so it's doing something. Might be a case of leaving it on. Especially if I did a whole flight without recognising it. Let's figure out exactly where I am. So I took off from... I'm pretty sure I took off from over here, didn't I? Could have been the other one. Let's head north. Let's see where we come to. Yeah, it's definitely sharpened up a bit as I've been flying. I can read the gauges a lot more clear. Might be an idea to leave that on. Look at that sun. I'm following a river. A little bit of a zigzag in it. There's a big town where I took off, so I'm guessing I'm going up this way. There's going to be the Canadian tanks on the ground somewhere around there. Right past them. That goes into the big river, and then we've got the no, that's our tanks as well. So patrolling this area, well, the problem is I've got the sun in my eyes, but patrolling this area might be the kind of place to be. Port of Antwerp. Alright, so let's head east. Straight into the sun. I think it's pretty much, looking at the map, in the middle of there. Let's give it some beans for a minute. Go through. Go 2800 and put on the red dial. Okay, and trim the aircraft, because I've been neglecting that. Gonna help in the fights, isn't it? Can't ID those, but they come from the right way. They're not going towards Antwerp either. I would say Spitfires, so I'm going to leave them be and check out the port of Antwerp. It's nice to see people flying in formation. It's one thing I miss on War Thunder. Everyone's a bit further south. Hello Max, how's it going, buddy? What a black witch. With those Spitfires heading towards that area, I can do a little patrol around this area. Minesweepers. That's back that way. I'm gonna at least check out this port and see where it is. That looks like a port. Yeah, so that's the port over there. Port of Antwerp under attack. Well, I don't see where, but let's have a look. Would they be low? Would they be high? I'd assume it'd be like either strafing or... Oh, I see nothing. I see that the resolution's got lower as I got lower. Yeah, I think it's on a bit much, but if it helps me not crash out of the game, I'm going to adjust it later. I did say this was a test. I'm trying to spot something in low resolution though, it's not fun. Maybe you guys can let me know. It'd be interesting to see how that comes through on the stream. Get lower and then it resolutions out. See, this looking alright again now. If I look there, it looks sharp. Must have been as I was approaching it. It's a big city, mind you. Maybe I could turn down 4K textures or something like that. I don't think I need it in this level of VR. Probably not going to need it if I'm not even holding my resolution high enough. Let's slow it down. $27.50. Said it was under attack. I didn't even see like any flak or anything. Let's get above the clouds. I was saying to Squirrel that I quite enjoyed flying the bombers when I last flew this, which I think was like 2020 we were talking about. When I plugged in my old hard drive, I had a load of videos from the last time I played it, and they were all dated 2020, 2021 I think it was. I think I even just compiled some of it and put it into a video. Definitely have a more sense of height in this, and a sense of distance. Just things like that, going through the clouds and then getting moisture on your screen. All very cool. I need to remind myself where they're taking off from. Oh, that's very zoomed in. So, pretty much where I'm heading, if I am heading where I think I am, somewhere there's going to be an airport around here. Which I don't want to head towards. It'd be nice if I could spot it. Just off this body of water in front on the right somewhere. There's a town there. That's just down. Oh, I'm probably right over it then. That's the airfield, isn't it? There's the airfield. Alright, let's get away from that. Not as far away as I thought it was. At least this kind of map you're going to see some action, because that's close. That's really quite close. It doesn't change the fact that I can't see very much. Enough people in here. Okay, 2 Spitfires. I'm assuming that's 2 Spitfires because they were patrolling just now. I'm going to go say hello and double check. Flying a very nice formation. Well, they were when I could see them. Probably. Oh no, they're just beyond that cloud. Yeah, they're checking me out as well. Very passively, I think, unless they don't see me. Hard to tell which way they're going. Enemy aircraft spotted near the... Okay, so that, I mean, that could be bad guys. Let's give it some beans. Because this is Antwerp now. can't hear me. Oh shit. It's strange you can't hear me now because I think Alan was responding to me just now. I was just talking away to you guys if you can hear me or not, or just kind of spectating to myself, I guess. I'll have a look in a minute. Flipping out, the resolution gets bad down here. All good your end. Okay, good. That's good. Thanks again for letting me know. Saves me a very awkward alt tab from this game. This guy does not want to go down. How is his rear gunner not dead is what I want to know. Must be out of ammo. No, I'm just talking away like a madman to myself or whoever wants to listen to it. Well, I've got one kill. I'd say that's probably two after he goes in. I will land where I came from. I don't know how this game works. I don't know if any of you guys know how this works. If I land at a random field, does it save the aircraft? And I don't think you can R&R. Which would be nice. But let's try and head back to the Canadian. If there's going to be a town over here, isn't there? Keep it. Need to reread the continuous settings on this. I remember 2750 being like the standard what I'd go for. I want to say like 57. That seems right. I think if I landed at another field it would probably be fine, but I think I'm just going to go back to where I came from and see how that goes. So if I follow that around, I think I'm looking at the river that goes south. I think I'm going a bit too far south. I think it's more this way. An airfields. That's definitely Antwerp though, but there's no airfield that's active there, so I'm not going to try and risk it. Can't even see it on the map. That's definitely the port. Or maybe I'm wrong. Bombs have been dropped there. Now I'm all confused. No, okay. That goes off. Then it splits. Right, if I follow that river, that goes to where I want to go. Need a GPS in this thing. I keep forgetting I've got a little thing there. 1+1 on the Polish division. So that's the ones up there under attack. And then one with a kill. Keep that. Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. Draw it on the map. Yeah, I tend to do the same thing, but just in my head. So if I figure out where I am, I think I'm like here. So that there's like, if you assume that's 170, I'd say that's like, you know, 160 I should be going, which is about right, 159. Only because I'm too lazy to draw the lines. Your way is probably way more effective. And I know there's a little town there, somewhere in the right place, and then there should be another little town there somewhere, which I can't see, but I'm probably over the top of it or something. And then when we hit that other big town again, well, there's that little town on the river. And in front somewhere in a minute will be the big city. Yeah, it does. I'm not a huge fan of how it sounds. I don't think that's how it would sound, but it does. It does sound like a film projector. It's probably meant to be turned right up for the immersion, but that was intolerable yesterday, so I did turn it down. Hopefully it's loud enough that you can hear it reasonably. Yeah, yeah. Well, no doubt I'm going to get lost. I spent half of the last map trying to figure out where I was. And Squirrel and myself trying to find each other yesterday. No, that's not fair. I was going to say we were a bit of a flying circus, but actually, considering we haven't navigated on these unfamiliar maps for a long time, we did pretty well. We got back together, we did some fights together, and then we gathered each other. Yeah, we did okay. Could be a lot worse. And with all this talk of me bigging myself up, I've still got to land this thing. Yeah, I really like Cliffs of Dover. It was nice, and it was almost simple, but I think that made it better. I didn't play. I did play 1942 ever so slightly, but I played it on a laptop at the time. I must have been pretty young when I was playing that. But Cliffs of Dover, I played. That was apart from War Thunder, that was my real foot in the door for flight sims. There's a really good community of people in that. That's how I got into 71st Squadron. Not that I've spoken to those chaps for a long time. It's a bit sad, really. But I imagine they pop on to here a fair bit. But Moose and Bruce, Moose and DB used to fly 71st with me, and it was nice that we were always flying together. And then eventually, when I met Squirrel in person the first time I met him, and he said he was interested in flight sims when we came on because we met at a big LAN in Birmingham, and when he went back and I joined him on the Discord. Squirrel showed an interest in flight sims, and then he almost came like my apprentice for a bit. Not that he was ever that bad. I mean, he got in the air way faster than I did. He got his first kill way faster than I did. He did really well. And now it's quite often him going, "Do you want to do some sims?" Yeah, I could see the gauges lose quality a little bit over that city, but it's not that bad. At least it's still flyable. Right, let's try and put this thing down and do a nice slow down over the city. Try and do this all properly, give myself some distance. I think I'm going to put the... I don't like putting the revs right up, even though I think you're supposed to put it to 3,000. This sounds a bit too much. I'm going 250. Bring the flaps down a touch. Nice thing about this is you can bring them down a little bit. You can do it in clicks. There we go. 200. Now we give it some revs, trim it up back. Need to hold it around one. Can't see what I'm at, 150. That was one time the gauges weren't helping me. Gear down. Bit late. Gear. There we go. At the lock. There. Bumps to Daisy. Not bad, not bad. Oh boy. Well, I'm not one to turn away from a fight, am I? So let's get in the air again. Oh, there's the flat gun. I wonder if he followed me back. Woo! Get him, buddy. Ah, thanks, buddy. Thanks. I think that was alright. I mean, definitely gave that 110 a run for his money, and... Uh-oh. Maybe you won't realise... Maybe you won't realise I'm me? That's 2-109, so he needs help. Go on, bud. On delay. On delay. Ugh, all those buttons being clicked so slow. I would... DCS, I'll be halfway there by now. Come on. I think I best put this into... Oops. Did I put my gear up? Up. Go on, buddy. Hang in there. Hey! Great balls of fire! Get out of my sky! You are welcome, sir. Probably time to rearm and refuel again. Just worried about the other guy. Did he get the other guy? Was that... Oh, take it easy, Alan. Thanks for joining me at an awkward time of the day. I appreciate it. I'll catch you later. Ah. Someone's talking to me in the chat. Into your squad fly. Just to respond to that. Is that just going to turn me back, or do I get in trouble? That's good. Looks like a U-turn. That's cool. Whoa. That's disorientating in VR. Good though. But they don't just boot you out. Right, let's bring that back down to run. I think I'm going to land, because I don't know how much ammo I used. I was eager to get him off my buddy, so I think it was justified, especially seeing as I can just land again if I keep the plane and get a new one. That ammo might save my life. Yeah, I think I might turn the dynamic res off a little bit, but at least it's keeping the game running really smooth, which is nice, especially when you're on the ground like this. Might not look pretty, but sometimes the smoothness is probably worth it. This computer isn't as young as she used to be. There's a tower there that I couldn't see very easily. And flare. Let it touch down. What's that? Not bad. One kill, successful landing. And looks like we both saved the aircraft because there's still a decent number there. Is there any modifications I'm not taking? Additional ammo, yes please. I'll take a mirror. For 1 miles an hour speed loss. Antwerp again. Well, well, well. What a good looking machine you have there, buddy. Oh, he exited before I got to respond to him. That's a shame. Man of taste. Go on, you lead the way. I'm gonna follow you. Or maybe you're thinking the same. Alright, so be it. I'm waiting for his buddy. Do a barrel roll? Well, if it isn't Jimmy. I'm not going to do a barrel roll on the ground. Start up. Yeah, it looks really smart. It all looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not getting the dynamic resolution's doing me wonders here, so it didn't look as good as it should, but still. How are you doing, Jimmy? I'm shocked to see you. Is that I'm not hearing flak, am I? Or was that just... Oh, it's my gear down. You're up. I think I'm going to head straight to Antwerp because I seem to keep attacking that port. Two kills. Keeping up with the best of them. Oh, and now I'm in the air. There you go, Jimmy, just for you. No one else would get a barrel roll. I'll take that back. Someone else would probably get a barrel roll. How many days did you get through? Like, are you close to another? Like, I think it's day 28 you're heading towards, aren't you? I was going to come back. Like, I played a little bit of this with Squirrel yesterday. I was going to come back and everyone was gone. I didn't realise it was so late. But then again, this game takes a while to do anything. I wonder if you can save the replays on this, or if they get stored or anything. They must do, because people have tracks. Oh, so you didn't do much after yesterday, if I'm right, because I think I watched you on day 21, didn't I? Must be Antwerp. It's got the island in the middle of the river, so there. Nah, fair enough. But you got at least a couple of days you can start preparing on your own. I might pop on there at some point and just I'd feel a bit bare bones and not useful, but even with a stick I could probably help on the final day. I'll do what I did last time and run around in circles. God damn that sun. A water boy. I'll be the water boy. Or the bait. I need to learn how to do these commands. Woody Hodges.
Morning, Star. This is 2, proceeding to base. Over. Copy. Alaska, clear. Requesting landing clearance. Over. Affirmative. Clear to land. Alaska, clear. Copy.
Go a little bit higher. Well, 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 if it isn't barnacles. I wonder if he's still 71st. He's going to be like, what are you doing here? Well, there you go. Oh, I've got 2 contacts over there. There's a little look. I can only see one now because of the sun glare, but let's check it. Oh, maybe one behind him. That's. I think he's drawing flag. He's drawing flag. Here we go. They are drawing flag, and there's a lot of dots here, and this is not very pleasant to look at. We got ourselves a furball. Trying to ID with low resolution, not fun. Definitely a Mustang and all that. That's a 109. I'm hooking onto a 109 there. Oh, he's on him. Oh, that's a 109. No, it's done what I was trying to do. Floppy, floppy. He's not pulling out of that. That looks like a spitty. Not seeing anything behind me.
Patrol for ground target on your own. Out. I wonder if this is Rockman, leader, requesting landing approach. Over.
Potentially a 109.
Proceeding to base. Over. requesting landing approach. Over.
I don't know if these are AI. They fly like AI. Not to be rude. Give it some flaps, I think. Try not to turn me. And spawns out. Did it just say anyone left or exited? I think people were DCing on me. I know though, I know. Oh, did I miss any? Oh. Whoa, have I crashed? Might have crashed. Oh no, we're back. I think I remember it doing that before. That used to like kick you out of the game, but that's got quite a good like recovery now. Oh, here we go. There's a spec there and there's a spec there. I would say that's a Spitfire. I'm guessing this might be our bad guy over here. Oh no, that'd be where the flak's popping. For sure. Splinter, master of scissors. This feels more human-y. Oh, that hit him.
Leader, requesting landing approach. Over. Leader, roger. Requesting landing clearance. Over. Affirmative. Clear to land. Rough man. Leader. Copy.
Why is he still flying?
Cumberland. This is leader. Requesting landing approach. Over. Proceed.
Why is he still? I can't. It's hard to tell if I'm even hitting.
Full star. Leader. Control for air and ground targets on your own. Out.
That was very nice of him to watch.
Landed. Over.
Again, he disappears.
Thrust man, leader.
I think it must be bots. Would also explain why they're so hard to kill. I found that on single player. Five kills, regardless, not bad. I was probably low on ammo now, so I think I'm going to give that a landing. If anyone else shows up in the next 2 minutes. Don't know why the resolution was so harsh on me there. Although I did turn it right down, which I thought was gonna... Thought it was gonna stop altogether, but it's actually worked out quite nicely being on. I just don't want it to be so violent. Does it show me the frames? No. Parkours didn't stay in here. I've just been saying hello. I'm heading completely the wrong way. So it's at Antwerp, heading 120, so if I head 180 now, I'll at least put it down at a friendly field. Antwerp there. Probably have to head it, yeah, a bit more that way. Two fields near a big town. Passing over the rivers. A lake with a bit of a D shape in it. Antwerp. Okay, I'm more up here. About there. So maybe about... I don't know, about the right heading. I think that bit of water is that, so then I'll be coming in between the two airfields. Why's the barcode sell those? Must have been about 7 or 8 years since I don't know actually. Maybe 5 years since me and scroll through them. Before COVID, anyway. Alright, so if I'm right, the airfield should be on my left somewhere. If that little squiggle there, there's that little squiggle there, should be one around here. Ah, there we go. Well, I'm right, I'm right. Looks like either flak or some contacts over there. I really like that long runway, but this one should be enough. Okay, I'm almost lining up for it now, aren't I? Although there's an aircraft taking off on it. Landing lights. I used to have landing lights set up. Who knows what they were. Hit the threshold of the runway, just about, under the nose, pull back the throttle, and start to flare. Oopsie daisy. I'll clean it up with a bit more practice. Didn't even have my flaps all the way down, which would have probably helped. I don't know how many sorties that was. It feels like 2, just because of the short one over the when they attacked the airfield. But I'm happy with that. No loss of aircraft. Look at that, now you can see the dynamic resolution, crikey me. Been handy that though, it's been a smooth run. Not easy to see though. But I did perfectly fine. 5 kills, I don't know what that 20 means, it's probably the score from it. Yeah, but he's destroying objectives, so he's getting a beast of a score. I need to learn to bomb and all that kind of sweet stuff. Still none I recognise apart from Barnacles who came on in. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream there because I think I've had a good run. Everyone who popped in and said hello, thank you very much, I appreciate it. I'm going to watch this back when it might take a while to actually render properly, but then I'm going to watch it back and see if it was all smooth. I might do a War Thunder stream this afternoon. I might do some more of this. I might see what Squirrel wants to do, and we'll decide. But there will probably be another flight sim stream later, but always subject to change. But yeah, I'm going to go get some food. Thanks very much, everybody. Take it easy. I'll catch you all later.